The best part about any Android phone is customization. From widgets to launchers to icons to fonts, there is hardly anything you can't customize with Android. To take your customization game to the next level, there is Zooper Widget Pro. Here you can completely design your own widgets or simply choose your favorite out of thousands of user-created widgets and tweak it to your liking. Sky is the limit with this one. In this video, we'll try to design our own widget with Zooper Widget Pro. So sit back, relax and enjoy the music as we design a cool new widget. So without any further ado, let's get started. First, let's decide what we want our widget to display. How about time, day and date, battery information as well as weather information? That should be good enough. Now let's get designing. In an empty area on your home screen, simply tap and hold for options to add a new widget. Select Zooper Widget Pro 5x2. This is because my screen grid size is 5x6. Now tap on the widget. Here you can select any of the installed presets or select empty to design your own. Here let's change the widget background to fully transparent. Now let's go to the layout. Here you can see a plus sign on top. With this you can add various modules to your widget. In total there are 8 module types consisting of text, rectangle, series, icon sets, progress bars as well as bitmaps. Let's start with the rectangle. We want its width to be 200 and its height to be 100. Now let's round the corners to 60. Now let's make it translucent. Alright, one module done. Now let's add another module. Again, let's select a rectangle. This time, let the width and height be 75. Shift it on the x-axis to -50 and round the corners to 50. Now we'll select the drawing mode. Here we'll select clear. It basically creates a hole in the widget and you can see the background wallpaper through that hole. Very useful to create interesting designs. Now we'll simply duplicate this module by first selecting it and tapping here. So here we have an identical circle which will shift on the x-axis to +50. Now let's add another module, again a rectangle. This time let the size be 60 by 60 and round the corners to 50. Let's shift it to -50 on the x-axis. Now again we'll duplicate this module and shift the new module to the right. That's +50 on the x-axis. Now again we'll add a rectangle, but here we'll use it as an outline. So the size here will be 210 by 110. Corners will be rounded to 60. But now we'll use the outline tool and set the outline thickness to 10. Now we'll change the color of this outline to a shade of pink which goes with the wallpaper. We'll also copy its color code for now. Now let's add another rectangle module, but now we'll shape it into a curved line. Let the size be 50 by 4. Now we'll curve it 90 degrees. Perfect. Now we'll change its position to 130 on the x-axis and also change its color to pink using the color code which we had already copied earlier. Great. Now let's duplicate this module. We'll rotate this 180 degrees and shift it on the x-axis to -130. Now let's create a round outline using the rectangle module. The x-axis position will be -137 and the y-axis position will be -57. Let the size be 50 by 50 and round the corners to 50. Now set the outline to 10. Lastly, let's change the color to pink. Again, let's duplicate this module and shift it to 136 on the x-axis and 58 on the y-axis. Perfect. Now let's create a small white circle with size 40 by 40 and place it inside the round outline. Again, let's duplicate it and place it inside the other round outline. So the base design of the widget is done. Now let's start adding details that we want to see, starting with the clock. Add a module and select text module. Now we'll go to the text content and decide what content we want to display. In this case, it's the current hour of the day. Let's position it to -50 on the x-axis. Let's increase the size to 40 and select clear in the drawing mode to make it see-through. Perfect. Again, let's duplicate this module and position it to 50 on the x-axis. Here we'll change the text content to minutes instead of hours. Great, so now we have a working clock. Let's add another text module. This time let the text content be battery percentage. Let's make the drawing mode clear and position it inside the lower right circle. Easy peasy. Now let's add another module, but this time a scalable icon set. Let's select the icon set design. Thin weather icon looks cool. Let's decrease its size to 30 and change its drawing mode to clear. Now we'll position it inside the top left circle. So now we can see today's weather conditions as well as the battery percentage in addition to the time. Nice. Now let's add a text module. In the text content, we'll select full date, which will give us today's day and date information. Let's position it to 70 on the y-axis. Now let's duplicate this module and shift it to -70 on the y-axis. This time the text content will be conditions and temperature. I guess we have completed everything that we wanted from this widget, but I guess we should do more. Not in terms of functionality, but in terms of style. This is a little complicated and will take some trial and error to execute properly. We are adding a progress bar module. I have already practiced this earlier, so I know the exact parameters for this progress bar. So first, let's curve it 360 degrees to make it a circle. Now decrease its height to 2 and increase its width to 213 to make it fit perfectly around the hour module. Now you can see two colors indicating the part of the bar completed and the part remaining. Let's change the remaining part to completely transparent and the completed part to translucent light pink. Now let's edit the minimum and maximum value of the progress bar. You can select any from the examples above or create your own. I'm going for the hour example from 0 to 11. Now again we'll duplicate this module and place it around the minutes module. Again we'll edit the min-max value. This time we'll select the minute example. Alright, so now we have both a digital as well as an analog clock. So now we are almost done. We'll just change the fonts of the text to make it look even better and add some app shortcuts to this widget. Just go to each text module and change the font. Your phone might not have all the fonts displayed here. Later I'll show you how to add new fonts to Zooper Widget. For now I'm selecting Modern Sans as my font for all text modules. Okay, so we are done changing the fonts of all the text modules to Modern Sans. Now let's add some app shortcuts to this widget. So open this circle module and go to Module on tab. From the app list, here we'll select the clock app. In the minute circle module, we'll add a shortcut to force update this widget. This is useful sometime when the widget doesn't auto-refresh due to aggressive memory management of the phone. Now in the weather module, we'll add the weather app. And in the battery module, we'll add a shortcut to battery management settings. In the date module, we'll add a shortcut to the calendar app. And that's it, the widget is done. One thing to note while designing these widgets is that these modules act like layers, and the topmost module is the bottommost layer and the bottommost module is the topmost layer. You can rearrange these layers using the up-down arrows on the left. Now the widget is done. Let's see how it looks on the home screen. Fantastic. Let's test the app shortcuts. The clock is working. So is the weather shortcut. The battery shortcut is also working. Last but not the least, the calendar is also working fine. So everything is working perfectly. Lastly, I'll show you how to add new fonts to Zooper Widget. Simply download the font OTF and TTF files from the internet, open the file manager, go to internal storage, you'll see a Zooper Widget folder. You can see a fonts folder inside. Simply copy or move your font files to this fonts folder. As simple as that. Next time you open the Zooper Widget, your fonts will show up in its list. Similarly, you can also add icon sets by copying them to the icon set folder. So that's how you design your own widget using Zooper Widget Pro. As I said earlier, only sky is the limit when it comes to what type of widgets you can create with this app. That's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or doubts, feel free to ask them in the comments down below. I'll be happy to answer them. Please like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.